This is Michael Emery with the Voice of Idaho, and we're out here at the Malheur Wildlife Reserve, and I'm standing here with Lisa Bundy. And Lisa, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
So what is going on today?
Well, my lawyers came out here, and all the lawyers, the defendant's lawyers, my husband and the rest of the guys' lawyers came out, and investigators came out too. We're allowed to come and walk through and see everything. And they were asked to put a list together of investigators and people that would be a part of their team, me being one of them. So I get here, I drive, my 3.5 hours away from my 6 kids, and the only purpose I wanted to be here was to come and get my husband's truck and some of our stuff. So we have 2 4-wheelers, we have some camping gear, we have some picnic benches, we have just a whole bunch of stuff that was left here, and some, my husband's clothes. I came to get Lavoie's clothes for his wife, Jeanette, and, I didn't want to deal with anything other than just get the things that belong to me and to my friends. And we get here, and it's scheduled and fine and everything, and then right before they say, oh, she can't come in. So that's where we're at.
Well, I think that's very disrespectful. And hold on, let me get a... Sorry, folks. We have wind. You can't have that. Okay. Well, what I find is that's very disrespectful. So what they did was they said that you were to be able to come pick up his stuff, and there was no misunderstanding. Is that correct?
Well, there's another investigator that didn't come out, or attorney, and because he didn't come out, they've decided that they're not going to allow until he comes out tomorrow for anyone to get their stuff. And that was changed at the last minute.
Well, they're supposed to be professionals, aren't they? They're supposed to be able to understand due process, and if they tell somebody that they need to be out here, that should be the case, that they'd be able to pick up your stuff. So I don't think they're doing anything that has any common sense to me. What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's very considerate. I mean, I had to find someone to watch my little ones, and
you have 6 children.
I have 6 kids, and there's a lot that I had to arrange to get to come out here, and I'm not going to be able to come out here tomorrow, so I don't know what I'm going to do. We have apparently until the 29th to come get our stuff, but I don't know how I'm going to make that work, so. I
was informed that if the stuff isn't picked up by Monday, that no one will be able to pick up anything, and I don't know how credible that is, but it seemed fairly credible.
Okay, that's the first I've heard that, so that's good to know.
Well, let's find out. This is the individual I know actually was informing me that that's what's going out on the wire. Let's hope that's not the case. What do you think about the response and how they've treated you since you've been out here talking with them?
Well, I was waiting to talk to find out if I would get in, and the U.S. attorney, I had asked him a question. He wouldn't look at me. He, as if I wasn't worth looking at. I kind of felt like, he didn't want to take the time to look at me or to address me, so he looked at my lawyers and responded to me through them.
You see, what the measure of a crime is harmful intent. And whether you're a law officer of the law or not, if you don't hold to your oath and understand that even if your bosses commit a crime of harmful intent, it is your duty to arrest them. And this is the problem we have with law enforcement now. They will overlook massive crimes committed and think that they're doing their duty when in fact they're putting a boot on their own children's necks. And this is what they don't understand. They will feel the brunt of this totalitarian government from what I'm seeing. I don't know if that's what you see.
It is. It makes me sad, this whole ordeal. It all started because we cared about our friends, the Hammonds, and we didn't use the lethal force. My husband didn't even carry a gun the entire time.
Well, he didn't, did he? I never seen him with a weapon once.
No, he didn't even have a gun, and they're saying that he's being charged with lethal force or whatever kind of force, carrying a gun, and I'm like, well, he didn't even carry a gun the entire time. Yeah. So I don't know, we have to find truth, and sometimes I feel like they don't tell the truth, and that's been my whole problem with dealing with professionals.
Well, professionals actually uphold the law and do the proper due diligence, and This entire situation, if it ever gets to a court of law, it may cause a whole new national deficit with the suits involved. And maybe it almost seems like they don't care about it ever going into their courts. I mean, it's so insane. I've never seen anything like it with so much blatant overall criminality. I mean,
I'm just surprised that, they didn't do anything. They didn't hurt one person, but yet on the other side of, this world is riots and buildings being burned and glass being broken and people being hurt, and they don't even there's no justice there.
Well,
there's no justice.
I think it's come to the point where your piece of silver is worth more than your honor, and I hope that maybe that God will speak to these people's hearts, and I think that's is that
Me
what
too.
you hope?
Yeah, I do. My husband and I, we've talked about how it's interesting how so many people that have not known each other have come together, and we all believe in the same thing, that God is in control, and that we're just trying to be tools in His hands. And I do believe, I don't doubt for 1 minute that God is in control. And I hope it would be nice if these people would find God.
I think that it's time. God's giving everyone a chance to decide what side of the fence they are on. That's what this is all about.
I had this very conversation with my friend on the way up here. That's exactly what I was saying.
Well, not that I believe in Santa Claus, but there's a cloying phrase going around in the U.S. military, and it's called Santa Claus has come to town. We've checked the list. We've checked it twice. We now know who's naughty or nice. And now, with Eric Holder being under investigation and subpoenas being, they're trying to force subpoenas on him and Hillary Clinton and a lot of other people in the Department of Justice. So there's a fight inside of the machine, if that gives you hope.
Thank you for that hope. I appreciate it.
And to thank those people out there that are white hats and tell them, just give one last word to the good guys in the white hats inside the machine.
Yeah, I would like to send out my appreciation to the good people that have the good hearts and are in tune to doing the right thing. I know you're out there. I know you are. And I think there's a lot of wonderful, good things going on behind the scenes that we can't see that are going to come out, and justice will prevail in this situation.
Come to the aid of this woman and her children and her husband. That's your job and duty. And light of love and light of truth be with all of you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There.